All right. So now that we're officially mostly together, who can tell me what happened last time?
I'll let somebody else do it.
Duker was starting last time before.
That's true.
Yeah, before we restarted. Anyway, we're going south, and we decided to go through the perilous rubble in the middle of the continent, I guess.
Yeah.
And we first arrived in the Round Rock Pass. It's like a town right before you get to the bad part. We considered for a short while to get a guide, but he was very expensive, so we did not get a guide. Very simple.
Yeah, sweet gun.
Yeah. Well, we still got some information out of him that was much cheaper. But we started traveling through it. We met some spiders where they weren't much of a problem. But we got ambushed in the, I guess, dead center of it, where there's a, like, ruined castle by some orcs or half-orcs, I don't quite remember. I don't know. They
I
tried
think they
to...
were full orcs.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I think a dead orc. Well, 50 orcs blew the place up with explosives.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't really hear Terrence either. Let's see. Where were my notes here?
I mean, anyway, they
I'm
tried
trying
to...
to figure out if they were actually orcs or not. Whatever.
It's not that important.
It isn't.
No, they tried to rob us. We did not comply to their demands, so a fight broke out, and the leader of the orcs thought it was a good idea to use some kind of explosive. This angered the local resident, the Death Worm, which came and I think he killed one of the orcs, like, kind of immediately.
Yeah, I think it just gobbled up one of them.
Yep. And while most of us had the common sense of trying to get away from the Death Worm, Orkawa decided to charm it. She was hell-bent on
And it
taming
even
it.
worked somehow.
Yeah,
Like, for distraction.
yeah. She did not tame it, but she distracted it a lot.
She did a very good job of distracting us.
Yeah, she did the worm and she sang to it and everything. It was quite a thing. Yeah, but we managed to escape, and yes, basically the travel. There was not much happened after that, except we met some traveling merchants. I think it was weapons salesmen, and now we're temporarily traveling together.
And I made the best damn pie ever.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys are traveling with Hawk, the half-orc weapon salesman, and Roland, his gunslinging bodyguard. And it's early morning. You guys are just waking up, and you guys see Pineapple carrying your cart, flying down, because I forgot to include the cart in your travel last time, so I'm retconning it so that Pineapple and Nava were carrying your cart over the rubble by flying.
That's why I wasn't there.
We're just gonna go with that one. So, yeah, you guys see Nava and Pineapple flying down. And they land, they drop off your cart. And Huck and Roland immediately kind of perk up and look at them. And Huck kind of looks toward Velmir and says, "I assume he's with you."
Yes, he is.
Now, Roland is actually going to do something that, surprisingly, we haven't done yet. And he's going to roll perception to see what Nava's gender is.
What?
The rest of you just haven't cared.
And he rolled a 21. So if you'd like to just message me directly, you can.
What did I say in the text message? I did write.
You said it was a DC 15 perception check to find out. That was in your
Alright.
original character bio.
I'll send it to you in a PM.
All right.
I need to find. Did you? Yeah, you did contact me in PM before. Just let me go down the list. Give me a moment.
Yep.
Wait, why are you not here? I'll do it this way. Sorry.
Well then, that's good to know that
Don't
Very
speak
low.
until you got your headset, because we cannot hear you.
Yeah, we really just can't hear
Yeah.
you, man.
There we go.
All
Now
right.
I'll find you in my list of messages.
That's fair. I imagine famous internet celebrity raocow has a lot of PMs. So, this gunslinger perks up, and he walks over and kind of leans on the cart and says, "Well, hello, beautiful. How are you?"
I see the other people are there. Like, who's this person?
Oh, there's just a couple of merchants that a merchant and his bodyguard that we met here, and we had a bit of a talk at dinner last night.
Oh, I'm so sorry to. I have you at a disadvantage. My name is Roland. I'm a gunslinger that travels as bodyguard for my associate Hawk here. What brings you to this lovely area of the country?
Oh, I'm okay. I am I'm just a artifact enthusiast. I travel with the people you've met north in that crater that I flew above. Have you joined my compatriots down south to Orna, or?
Oh, we're simply stopping in Gaffel, but that's along the way. But we'll be planning on following along the whole way up there. I'd love to get to know you better.
Man, people know when I cast message, right? Like,
Yeah.
they know I cast a spell.
Yes.
All right, well, Jesus Christ, what's going on?
Static. Terrence.
Is that Terrence putting on his headset?
Well, it stopped.
You know what I like about the situation is we as the party still can't tell what gender Nava is just from the guy's reaction alone.
That is accurate. Well, no, considering I can't get in reach with my team now, I'll just find. All right, well,
Yes!
I don't dislike the fact that we'll have someone armed to help us fend off any potential bandits and whatnot. I'm sure, we'll be quite safe while we head down south to Gaffel.
He says, I look forward to every step of this journey.
I'm just gonna stay in this wagon.
So, I assume that nobody is doing anything fancy in the 3 days remaining on your journey to Gaffel.
No.
Probably not.
I'm just like, while at a point where I can just have a moment with anyone, I'll just ask if these two newcomers are in the know about our thing.
Nope.
All right.
We've only told them that we went to on our own business. If you get,
Okay. So my thing does not contradicts what you said. Okay. So what is exactly the alibi you gave them? Just that you were on business, no details?
Precisely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for this whole journey, this man is hitting on you and being very sleazy about it. He's respecting like your personal space, but man, he's being a sleazebag. And day one passes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure to sit around Velmer.
And then day two passes. He's boisterously sharing stories around the campfire in a way that you guys did not see this energy in him beforehand. And even his associate Hawk is starting to like just put his hand in his face every time he starts talking loudly. But you do finally make it to the town of Gaffel.
Yeah, it's just 4 days. Could be worse.
So this is a pretty bustling town. It's kind of this crossroads for all these different roads from all over the world. When you guys finally arrive, at this small town, or this kind of medium-sized town. I mean, Roland says, "Well, my dear, it's been lovely traveling with you. Please do keep yourself safe. And here, take a little gift for me." And he hands you a small box.
Try to be as polite as I can, and I'll say thank you, and I'll just pocket it real quick.
All right, you've got a mysterious box in your pocket now.
Yeah, and once he's gone, I'm gonna check what's in it, but not while he's around.
Keep safe, lovely. And he walks off, and the entire time his associate is grumbling. Like, I can't believe that he's been acting like this the whole time. And yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff in town. It's pretty bustling, but Poplar Pass is kind of the way that you need to go south. And I want anybody who has knowledge geography or knowledge local to roll that.
Okay. Give me a second.
You know damn well that we only have like knowledge local and that one person with knowledge nature who is never around.
Actually, in this case, knowledge nature would also get you this information.
Once the dude is gone, I'm just gonna ask Don if he can detect evil on the box.
There we go. Knowledge local. Wow.
You know that Poplar Pass is kind of hard to get through. You don't know any more details than that. You could probably ask around to get some. But Don, do you cast Detect Evil on this box?
Yeah, I will.
Well, I don't know if you have a limited casting.
No, it's...
No, he's a paladin, man. He can do that whenever he wants. Yeah, you don't detect any evil on this box.
Yeah, I think I'll attempt to do.
Of course, non-evil doesn't mean safe.
As I said, I think I'll ask around to see if see if I can. Oh my! I'm apparently rolling not great today.
Yeah, you start walking around, and everybody looks at you, sees that you're a kobold, and keeps walking. They're aggressively ignoring you.
Always the
What
lovely
were you trying to do with
racism towards
that?
kobolds.
What were you showing with that wall?
I'm sorry, what was that, Weimer?
What was he trying with that roll?
Oh, he was trying to ask around about what the difficulties traveling through Poplar Pass are, because he knows that there are some.
Well, obviously, there's just a bunch of poplars.
I'm gonna try to help him out, seeing that he is not being all that successful at it.
All right. Yeah, you ask around. You get slightly friendlier responses, and you manage to flag somebody down. And he goes, "Oh yeah. There's just a bunch of fae over there in the woods. It's really confusing to get through, but if you pay them in gems, they really like those gems. They can show you a nice shortcut through. A bunch of salesmen at the south gate of town. They can hook you up."
Oh well, I'm used to them. Words. I think we can handle. We can deal with that. Thanks
yeah,
for the information.
You grew up with that kind of people, right?
Yeah. Actually,
Sorry.
I figure I might actually have probably some gems too, but I didn't actually bother writing that into my inventory because we don't get this kind of stuff at character generation.
So you actually the fairies, the pixies that you were raised by, like the fairies and pixies that you grew up with, they like gems, but they weren't super into gems. And seems like whatever he's talking about, they're like, give us gems.
Oh, like very.
Give us the games or we'll hurt you.
I mean, this guy's already walked away, so if you want to run him down and ask him more details, you probably could.
Do King's Quest 5. Put some honey with some gems on the floor, and next pixie that comes by, we can just grab it.
Man, free pixie dust.
Yeah.
Oh, for the cost of the honey.
We should still be a profit.
Probably.
Depending on what the going rate for fairy dust is.
It's a good question. He did just say fae, not necessarily fairies, though.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Elf dust.
So did you guys want to ask around town more? Did you? It's getting kind of late. Did you guys want to spend the night here, or did you guys just want to keep heading south?
Might as well spend
Like,
the
how
night, I
late are we
think.
talking? Just barely evening or afternoon, or is it
Uh,
already sunset?
The sun is starting to change the color of the sky a little bit.
Like, looking at the size of this is a multiple day journey through this woods.
Yep.
So we should probably start in the morning. Like, that would be.
Yeah. I'm thinking this may be 3 days if we're lucky, but probably 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a morning start.
Yeah, in fact, you look toward the south gate, and it looks like a lot of the these kiosks, which seem to be selling a bunch of gems, like they're just gem kiosks, all near the south gate. They seem to be packing up for the day.
I wonder if they're having a racket together, honestly. Like, Fair's smarter than, like, Animal. Like, they could be complicit in something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I should have asked if the roads are actually, safe, not that there's, weird things going on that we keep going in circles, even though we go straight onwards all the time. That kind of stuff.
I mean, you do see a nice inn nearby labeled the 100 Hound Inn, and it seems to have a whole bunch of people walking in and out. It seems to be an inn and tavern. There might be some people in there that you could ask.
We might as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys head into the 100 Hound Inn, and you see this human female behind the counter who's cleaning this mug that never quite seems to get clean. And this tavern's kind of packed. It's kind of bustling. It looks like you got merchants from all over the world in these parts. You got like a bunch of Undine merchants in one corner. You got a bunch of human travelers. You even got a little group of goblins at one of the tables. It's just a very motley crew in this tavern.
Oh man, they let goblins here.
These goblins look astonishingly well behaved for goblins.
This is, kind of a transit town. People go through. I don't think they're really particularly bothered with people who just stay there for like one night. They're
Yeah.
used to all kind of folk. Well, so I guess I'm just gonna talk to the bartenders for lodging and information. I suppose.
All right. Yeah. So you ask the bartender, and she says, "Oh yeah, 5 silver a night each, and you can have a room. We only got big rooms left, so you'd have to all sleep together. But you all get separate beds."
Oh, we're used to sleeping together, on the way, all that stuff.
Yeah, it happens. I get a lot of travelers through here. What was your other question?
Yeah, so we're going through Poplar Pass, and I just wanted to know more about the path through. We've heard that there's Fae on the way, but what kind of other things is there going on in there? Just
Oh,
wondering about that.
you lot aren't merchants, are you?
We've got business in on, and we are not for trade, but yes.
All right. So here's the deal with Poplar Pass. There's a bunch of fear. I don't know if you know about fear. I'm mispronouncing it probably. It's spelled FYR. They're like goat people. They're real short, but they love their gems. And getting through Poplar Pass, it's kind of a windy, messy road. But if you bring a gem to them that they like, they'll give you a shortcut that somehow basically let you get through in about a half a day. It's like a 2-day journey otherwise.
That's definitely a lucrative business idea.
I find that super weird. It's insight, right?
That would be sense motive.
Sense motive, right? That's how it's called here. I don't have it. We'll just do a raw wisdom, I guess.
You can do it.
I'll roll sense motive as well. Hey, I got 24 in sense motive. See if
You got my good luck.
So Nava and Don, you guys think that it seems like she's telling the truth. There's nothing funky there. Ralgil, you kind of get a little bit of almost distaste from her talk. Seems like she doesn't like the the fear that live in the woods, but it seems like she doesn't think that they're like trying to screw anybody over.
I mean, I understand when you basically mugging the people visiting your town. You know, that's not really particularly good for business, maybe.
I do mention that I do happen to ask to her. Do you not like the fear, or?
Oh, am I that obvious about it? Look, it's just they're clearly just trying to get as much money from these travelers as possible. These gems that they take, they've just gotten greedier and greedier over the years. Yeah, they just tend to only take the only way that you can guarantee that you're getting through is if you buy yourself a diamond. Those can get very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's just frustrating. They used to be happy with anything you give them, but they've just gotten greedy over the years.
I suppose we take the long way then? Sorry.
I'm just kind of wondering, kind of looking at Don, what's his reaction to know if he wants to, if he's gonna want to do something about this.
That's maybe not such good behavior from them. I mean, maybe if we encounter them, could try to convince them to ease off a little bit. I mean, it's for their own good, because if they get too greedy, people might think they're better off without the shortcuts and yada yada. You know what I'm getting at.
If we can avoid a confrontation, if it's that simple, fine. But I'm just wondering, okay, if we were to stop this, would the people like us because we removed the big thing, or would they hate us because we'd removed their gem selling scheme?
Well, I'm not telling them to stop that thing, but just turn down the price a bit, I mean, helping people get through the woods is all good and everything, but you've got to be sensible when you charge them for it.
But why? What can we possibly do that will affect?
Well, as I said, I could just try to talk some sense into them. If it doesn't work, too bad, but it's worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have no opposition to that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else got a take?
Not really.
No, except for the fact that we probably shouldn't buy a gem and just go through the normal path anyways. Save our money.
I mean,
if they are getting so greedy, they might get vindictive if we go out of our way to not pay them.
I mean,
if they are that vindictive, we can defend ourselves.
But cutting the time it would take to go through this is something that is valuable for her purpose. Do they charge a gem per person or per group?
Oh, well, if you give them a diamond, they'll let the whole lot of you through. Usually it's per group.
So, how
important is the size of the Yule? Is a tiny diamond fine, or do they really want big ones?
These things
if you give them a big one, they'll let you through a few times. But usually you can get away with just a tiny gem. It depends on the gem, though. If you are crafty enough to convince them, you can get away with something maybe as small as, say, a pair of topaz earrings.
Okay, let's talk about gems. I'm gonna find a space alone. I'm gonna put down the box I was given. I'm gonna leave it a few feet away from me, and I'm gonna open it with Mage Hand. If there's any gem-like things in it, we can just use that.
All right. You open up the box, and nothing exciting happens. Okay. Are you at an angle where you can look into it?
Well, not as I open it, but once it's safely open and nothing happened, I'll go and take a look.
All right. What you see inside of it is a pistol with 10 bullets.
Oh.
Guns are kind of expensive, aren't they?
Guns are expensive.
There we got our money problem solved.
Who would give someone a pistol?
Someone who thinks that would win them over?
That, I mean, that is a really expensive thing, though.
I mean, given that it's probably it might even be some sort of not commemorative, but how people have guns hanging on their walls and something to for decoration and stuff. Maybe it's something like that.
Just in case, just doing a quick detect magic on it.
All right, you actually do detect some magic.
All right.
Gun or the bullets.
Roll me a spellcraft check to see what
That's-
kind of magic it is.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah, that wasn't super hard. This is just a +1 pistol.
Still, like, that's gonna be, like, exponentially more expensive than a normal gun.
I think that's like 3,000 gold.
Mhm.
So a regular pistol is 1,000, and I think +1 is +2,000 to the price.
That guy was just, like, a bodyguard?
He was a bodyguard for a weapons dealer. That's all you know about him.
I just give that away. I don't know.
I mean, given that it's a single bodyguard for where they went to the rubble, right? And the single bodyguard is probably very capable and well paid.
I mean, with all that included, like, I'm never gonna be able to use this. I don't think anyone here is able to, right?
Well, we could take a feed at next level.
So
I'm very
the
tempted to
reason-
just take proficiency just for that.
So let me just explain some quick rules for firearms.
Alright.
Each bullet, it costs you 10 gold per powder charge and 1 gold per bullet. Like
Mhm.
1 gold per like actual lead. Guns have a chance of misfiring, which is why they're so uncommon. Is that if they misfire, they become broken. Gunslingers are very good at fixing their guns mid-combat. But if you roll for a pistol, it's actually a very low misfire chance. It's only if you roll a natural 1. But you can actually damage yourself with that.
So, in other words, it's, like, not really meant to be used by normal people.
However, it does hit against touch AC if you're within the first range increment. Also, they have very high critical bonuses. So if you get a crit with a pistol, it's a ×4 damage.
And
And the range increment is 20 feet. So anything that you shoot within 20 feet, you're shooting against touch AC. So that's a quick, brief rundown on how pistols work.
hmm and even with that, even if we sold that, I'm not sure we could afford a diamond because they're really pricey, as I think someone mentioned earlier, and that sort of stuff. Out of character, I've been looking up, and yeah, I don't think we can afford 5,000 gold.
What?
So that dramatically depends on the size of the diamond. 5,000 gold is a pretty hefty diamond.
Yeah, I think when
I
you're
imagine
looking
small
at diamond
diamonds
for, like, spellcrafting, it's like, it is not just a diamond. Like, it's, like,
It's a
diamonds.
diamond worth X amount. Or
Yeah.
a diamond dust of X value.
I think a single diamond is I think more in the ballpark of 100 GP, which is still kind of expensive, but a lot more affordable.
That would be
So
a very
the best way to find out is to ask those merchants.
I have a question.
Fire away.
So you know how you can use Mage Hand to, like, open containers and whatnot?
Yeah.
Could I use a gun through Mage Hand?
You could not use a gun through Mage Hand.
But you just push a lever.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you could be able to do it, but Mage Hand's only for moving objects, not really for...
I moved
There's
the
a
trigger.
separate spell for having a weapon fight alongside you.
Fair. Because in that case, like, just being pragmatic here, I have no intention of shooting anyone, and I'm never going to be able to use this. We might as well see if we can have enough money from this to get what we need to cross Poplar Pass.
We probably will if we can get a good price for the pistol. We also need to
Yeah,
find a
that-
buyer for the thing. is the thing.
That, you make a point. But it is a bustling metropolis, right?
Yeah,
maybe not
you could
Metropolis,
easily.
but-
This is basically a merchant town. If you can't find somebody
Oh.
to buy a +1 pistol, then I don't know where else you can.
All right.
All right, let's try and let's test the wave here and see if there's anyone that looks would be the type to give us a good price for this.
All right, so are you guys just gonna go out hunting for a shop before dark?
That's my plan.
All right, I'm just gonna
Alright.
speed things up and say you do manage to find a firearm shop, and they're willing to give you 1,500 gold for it.
That's standard.
Do we try and should we haggle with them?
Is there a haggle way?
Yeah,
That was
there's a
stupid
few
I
sense,
suppose.
but
Not really.
But I wouldn't anyway. I mean, it's
What is it?
it's a fair price.
can I bluff and pretend it's more than a +1?
I assume that you gave it to him for him to investigate and show that it's a +1 pistol, or would you have just asked, "Hey, how much would you?"
Yeah, I would ask first
Okay.
before giving it.
All right, and he says 1,500 gold, and you're saying, "Well, what if it's a +2 pistol?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. What are you bluffing? How outlandish is your bluff for what this pistol is?
So I'm trying to.
Okay. Let's actually establish a location here, since you guys
Yeah.
are trying to do more than just sell a gun at this point. So let's say that this is a male dwarf behind the counter in this shop, just full of firearms.
Okay.
And he says, "Oh yeah, +1 pistol. I'd buy that for 1,500 gold."
But the
Alright.
question is Don in the room when you try to bluff? Like, to actually scam the guy?
That's
That's a good question.
that's
Would
your
Don have
take.
followed?
Yeah. That's your
I mean,
decision.
it's your gun. It's your prerogative what you do with it. I don't think so.
We can just assume Don's hanging out back at the tavern then.
Yeah. I mean, it's no point for everybody to just hang around just for to get, sell off one item.
Because I'm gonna say ooh, echo.
Who are we getting echo from here?
Not me.
Not me.
Fart.
Okay, I think it went away.
All right. Yeah.
Continue.
Okay. So I'm. Wait, I'm gonna. Okay, I thought I heard myself again, but then it stopped. So yeah, I'm going to pretend that the gun is actually used to belong to like a very like obscure, like out away from here, but a very powerful gun mage, and that there is it basically to claim that it is more than a +1. It is like it is a +2. The mage's long gone was found while we were excavating looking for treasure. And yeah, we want to exchange it for its actual value.
So one thing you might want to note is that when you look at this gun, this thing looks brand new.
All right.
This is a fresh +1 gun right off the
It's
press.
magic, of course.
Well, yeah, it's mad. Yeah, magic is what it's keeping it like that. It will
All right.
always be in perfect order and look just as nice as this.
All right, roll me a bluff check.
All right.
I'll help with the bluff. Well, I've actually got a decent bluff, I think.
But are you with her?
How can you help with bluffing?
So how you can help out is you roll the same check, and if you roll 10 or above, then you can grant a +2 to your ally.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
28.
That's a 28. Okay, so yeah, this guy leans forward and says, "Really? Is that the case? Huh." And he's gonna roll a sense motive. Let's see how well the shopkeeper is. Well, I'll be. All right, let me take a look at that. I'd like to investigate this fine piece further.
Now, I'll warn you, there are some words on it that is covering part of the magic, unless you are like explicitly all, like really mastering magic detecting ability. You'll be able to see some of it, but some of it might be masked. But still, yeah, take a look.
All right, he pulls out like a little eyeglass that he fits into his eye and starts like really closely investigating this gun. This is very nice working order. He says, you know, you two. I suspect that I might be able to sell this for quite a price. What would you say this gun mage was? I want to write this down and make sure I get this right.
All right, so it is from beyond Caldera, so probably not a whole lot of people will know. His name is Aexanon.
Axanon. All right. How do you spell that?
AEX
AEX
NNON.
NNON. All right. That's an interesting name there you got. All right. Well, I'll give you. How about 2,000 gold for this piece?
Sure.
I just exchange a glance with Regal if that's enough.
All right. Well, pleasure doing business with you all. Here's your 2,000 gold. Now, I noticed that you also have those bullets with you. I assume you won't be needing those anymore.
No.
Yeah, if you would want to just have them at normal sell price, that's fine. They're just normal bullets.
All right, that's fine. Then that will be another 55 gold. All right, here you are. So you have 2,055 gold for 10 bullets and this lovely gun, +1 gun owned by Axanon himself.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Pleasure making business with you.
Likewise. Enjoy the rest of your time here in Gaffle.
You're a naughty, whatever you are.
Hey, the chaotic good was okay with this. So that means it was okay.
The neutral good was also okay with that.
It's for the greater good and all that.
The
All
true
right, yeah, so you
neutral did
swindled
not
this
care.
guy out of 500 gold.
The greater good.
And now you've offloaded
Shut
this
it.
fancy gun.
Yep.
And you're squatting out a lot more money now.
And yeah, and the idea is that we can just use that to leverage on whatever diamond so we don't have to worry. And passing through the pass should go all right.
All right. So 5 silver each to spend the night at the 100 Hound Inn.
You know what? I'll pay for that.
You got this?
Yeah,
All right,
I got
2 gold
this.
to cover everybody.
So how much does that ends up being?
That's 2 gold total.
All right, got
Man, never being all nouveau riche right now.
it.
Yeah, so you guys wake up the next morning, and you start heading south out of town, and there's just a ton of jewelry kiosks with just merchants shouting and holding up gems, trying to convince people to buy them. There's dudes with diamonds, dudes with huge, brilliant sapphires, people with like fancy jade bracelets. There's all sorts of stuff. In fact, there's actually one guy who's kind of off to the side, looking a little shady with one of his with one of his kiosks, but the rest of them actually look pretty legit and are shouting loudly to try to get customers to come by. Yeah, so are you guys just going right for the closest diamond dealer then?
I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of different gems here on sale.
Yeah, like just it seems to be a sucker's bet to just go to the nearest one.
You do notice that the kind of shady kiosk off to the side, it has seemingly a big bowl of what kind of looks like diamonds from a distance here. And it's like a much vaster quantity than any of these other kiosks. But he's also not shouting for people to come over and take a look.
I find that curious.
So does anybody have a praise?
You think I would with my background, but I don't.
That's pretty funny, actually. It sounds like the answer is no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna detect magic in his direction.
You don't detect any magic.
And evil? Probably not, but...
You detect that this guy is a little evil.
Just a little.
Just a little.
How many units of evil?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 1 or a 2.
Just average mischief. Well, not mischief, but, you know, a scoundrel.
There's the fact that he has a ton of stuff, though, but maybe, I don't know. There's no trickery involved. Like, he's obviously running a business, but he's not hollering.
Well, you know, might not want to draw attention to himself because I don't know what.
You do see him actually take a. You do see somebody walk up. One of the merchants that's wandering around walk up and actually buy one of these gems and walk off.
The person that's walk off, where is it walking off to? So where's the pass? Or
Toward the pass, yeah.
okay. So
I'm suspecting what everybody else probably think about. It's probably just glass and stuff.
Possible, yeah. But like, it's probably that his prices are significantly lower
Mhm.
while still having a good profit. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, jeez.
Maybe he has control of the entire diamond supply, and the other merchants are being forced to buy off him.
Then I wouldn't be sitting here and wasting his time. Probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he would gain from that. Yeah.
So we should
I mean-
probably not risk getting a fake diamond or similar, because the Fae would probably recognize the real deal.
So, is the pass really under cover of trees?
Yeah. So these woods are very dense. It looks like the canopy probably blots out the sun mostly.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
sun.
I could attempt to appraise any gem we find, any gem that he hands over to us, but
Do you want to give that a shot?
I have
could.
put a little time into learning that skill. Yes.
Yeah. And just looking, it shouldn't mean that we have to buy it.
Yeah, it's just we're curious.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head on over to this this little kiosk then.
I suggest not everyone as a group, though.
All right. So
I
who's
hang
going
back.
over?
Yeah, I'll hand back too.
Who's
I-
going?
I'm probably
Uh,
going to have to go. I am.
Well, I've got a bit of intelligence for praise, and I've got sense motive in case he tries to pull some shit, so I might as well go.
I'm hanging back, but Pineapple is going forward.
Okay. So it's Terrance and Weimar. So Rugil and Don and Pineapple are all heading forward.
Yep.
All right.
Terrence, you're having some feedback on your end.
You are getting a little bit, yeah.
Occasionally,
So-
not always, which is a bit weird.
It's very inconsistent, yeah. So you guys approach, and this human's.
There might have been a brief little bit of feedback or something, because I briefly had opened the YouTube stream or whatever. And I've been-
okay. All right.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Mystery solved. So, yeah, you guys head forward, and this is a human wearing a brown cloak. And, he sees you approach and says, "Hello, can I interest you in some cubic zirconium for your travels?"
You wouldn't know what that is, huh?
You can
Maybe we could
roll.
roll intelligence.
Yeah, just a roll a raw intelligence roll if you want to see if you know what that is.
All right, I can
No.
hear through my friends. Let me roll.
So Don recognizes the name cubic zirconium, but oh, that's right. You can. Are you listening through Pineapple?
Yeah, I'm listening through Pineapple.
All right. Yeah, you know what it is. It's in case anybody here doesn't know, cubic zirconium is a very famous gem that looks very much like diamond, but is not diamond and is significantly cheaper.
I'm gonna wait to see what people are doing before I do anything, because I'm just gonna assume people know what it is. So, go on for now.
Oh, interesting. Well, what is cubic zirconium?
Cubic zirconium is much cheaper as a way to get past the fey of the forest. I can sell you a large cubic zirconium for simply 50 gold, whereas my competitors with proper diamonds would sell you one for 500.
I
With
like his
this-
honesty.
With this 50 gold, you can get through the Poplar Pass in very little time if you have the cleverness to trick the Fae. Oftentimes, they can see through such a ruse.
Tricking people is not really my style, no thanks. But thanks for the offer.
That is
Hold on a sec.
understandable.
Hold on a second.
Besides, I'm more fond of colored gems. So I think they look prettier.
That is fair. Good luck in your travels.
Hold on
Thank
a
you.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, I'm gonna go back with my group and talk to them and try to talk some sense into the paladin.
Very well. We are the cheapest booth here.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised you aren't calling out and telling others of the cheapness of your solution compared to your competitors, Alpha. Oh,
So I assume that you guys all gather back.
mm-hmm.
And basically, I'm just gonna open by saying, so, does the fear want something shiny, or did he explicitly want the gems? Because what he's selling is a fake.
Well, it's we've been told they've been in demanding more and more expensive gems, so I'm thinking it's quite clear that they want the valuable ones. They're not going for the
And
shininess.
if they understand value, they have probably means to know that those rocks he's selling are valueless.
Yeah, and the merchant also said that we'd have to, act on a trick. So yeah, he was probably insinuating that we'd have to, actively work on fooling these fear if we actually want to. So probably, magic deception or very good lying.
Right.
Not really my style.
But
I mean,
it's about probably a tenth the cost. Size and that sort of stuff.
yeah, but I mean, we can't, we sold a gun for this purpose. I heard that it's 500 gold, what we need. We'll still have plenty left over.
How much did you get for that the gun anyway?
A little over 2,000.
Well then.
Like I
That's-
said, we can't
That's a
afford
magic
it.
vendor for you.
Yeah, make sure not to say that too loudly because I don't want people to hear other than us, obviously. But yeah.
Um,
Then we should just get the real thing, so we don't
Yeah.
risk aggravating them.
aren't we gonna have to go back through this way again, anyways?
Well, we could.
Well, no, we could go
choose-
to Riddleport.
Yeah, go through Wogwater Pass.
So here's what I'm thinking. I was going to try to talk them down to cut the price a bit anyway. So we might as well try some a cheaper gem, a ruby or sapphire, whatever.
The thing is why would we head back up through Riddleport? We don't have exactly a reason to go back up through Riddleport and a long way round. If you're talking
Well,
about
where
Sam
else
and
we
John.
go? We would have to go back to Daventry afterwards if you had the artifacts. And,
But we don't have all the artifacts, do we?
yeah, that's why we're going to Orna. And when we there, we got that artifact, and maybe even find that Wizard guy and get his stuff if we're lucky. But I'm hoping we don't run into him.
Again, the map we have, the next stop after Anna, which I presumably would have headed to from Riddleport if something hadn't happened. If we had wandered off back up to Daventry, is
Elondris is already done. The Wizard already got the staff of mixing. Was the name? I think he killed the Samsaran, so we almost certainly got.
Yeah, we assumed that the wizard got 2 artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
We still have the bag. We gave the other thing to Biggerton, and number 5 is in Orna.
okay.
So
Yeah, and I think
technically speaking, once we're done
So-
with Orna, we bring
I think it
everything
was
to
nothing,
Bickerton.
right?
And pardon me?
I think the item in Orna was nothing or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, and taking this shortcut might be the difference between reaching Arna before the pirate mage or not.
Yeah, we have no idea what that guy is. That's why I said earlier that I'm all in favor of taking a shortcut through the woods. What happens
Yeah.
afterwards? We'll have everything. We have all our time. We can take our time and figure out what exactly we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Assuming the wizard doesn't attack us, but we'll cross that bridge when
Well,
we
if
get
he does
there.
attack us and we survive, we're probably gonna have his stuff too. So
So you're saying that would be the best possible solution.
indeed,
I don't want to fight a wizard. That seems scary.
indeed.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
we'll
yeah.
see when we get that to
Yeah,
that point.
well, yeah. So, all right. So let's get something that's of value. Let's go for something that would give us enough value, because the in person said that if you give something expensive enough, they'll let us pass through again. So we could have like one way in, one way out after we're done with Orn, if we decide to go out through that pathway again. We can't afford it. So
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we could try to use something cheaper. But then again,
well, yeah, we'll try to haggle a little bit, but like we can do an honest trade with the fur, basically.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, haggling would require that we have something cheaper to trade, so we'd have to buy 2 gems instead of 1.
We might at that point we might as well just buy the diamond.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you guys are gonna do? Are you gonna buy a diamond?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you walk up to the diamond kiosk that clearly has the super authentic diamonds, and he says it'll be 500 gold for one of my fine diamonds. They're guaranteed to get you passage through these woods.
Guaranteed passage both
Or
ways,
your money
or just
back.
once?
Oh, just one way, sir.
Well, you could buy 2 of them and then use the other one for on the way back.
Is there a discount if you get more than one?
I'm afraid not, sir. I've got to run a business here.
Well, let's just buy one then. I mean,
Sorry.
you did mention taking us taking the other path back. We did discuss taking the other path back up to Riddleport afterwards.
I'm thinking about it. There's probably a similar arrangement on the other side of Pablo Pass for people that are coming back from Orna.
I mean, what is worse, having to pay for a diamond or having to go through Riddleport?
Yeah, I agree with you
Riddleport.
there.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Riddleport.
All right. Well, okay. So we'll buy the one, because I'm sure there's a similar scheme going on the other side.
Very well, sir. Good choice. And he hands you a decent. It's a fairly small but decently sized diamond. It's probably about half the size of your thumbnail.
All right.
Guaranteed to get you passage.
Gonna pocket that up. Remove 500 from my money. All right. Diamond get. Let's hope that their shortcut works with the wagon.
All right. So do you just head on into the woods now?
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of see just kind of this
Well,
line of. What's up?
Actually, did we spend the night at in whatchamacallit place or we?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to do during that period of time?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Then yeah, you guys start heading into the woods, and you see that there's just kind of a little bit of congestion of all these big carts that have a bunch of merchants that are just kind of lining up to kind of get processed through these woods. And you guys sit in line for a bit, and you make it up to the front. And have any of you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
No.
What?
No,
I
okay.
have.
I think so.
Okay, so there's this goat creature, and I just want you to envision a guy half that dude's size, covered in jewels.
Okay. The goat creature I've seen without seeing
Yeah,
the
so
movie.
the goat creature
Yeah.
from Pan's Labyrinth, imagine about halfling size.
All right.
And imagine like 6 of them, all kind of swarming around your cart. Imagine them just covered in jewels, Mr. T style. That's kind of what is happening here.
They're not very subtle with their scheme, are they?
These
Stop
goats
sparking.
just surround your cart, and one of them, and they're mumbling in Sylvan to each other, and one of them just kind of walks up and puts his hand out.
Anyone knows Sylvan?
Nope.
Yes, I can.
All right. Yeah, you hear them just mumbling like, yeah, these guys next. See if you can get a diamond out of these guys.
It sounds like they want a diamond out of us specifically.
All right, well, that's what we got for, and I pluck out a diamond bought for this purpose,
Mhm.
and I show it to them just so I can have a sign of approbation
Back.
before putting it in their hand.
I know Sylvan too, just FYI.
Yeah, the little goat thing nods its head furiously. It puts out its hand even more
Alright.
forward.
I don't want to touch it, so I just kind of let it drop in his palm.
All right, you drop it in his palm, and he immediately pockets it, and he kind of waves you to follow with his cart, and he
Alrighty.
waves you into this area in the trees. So these trees are very dense in this area, but it looks like there's kind of these. What you've been seeing is these carts will go into these like bays of just these small empty pockets in the trees. They'll just load into them, and then the trees will close in behind them. And that's what you've been seeing these carts do. So they kind of load you guys into a pocket of tree, and the trees close behind you. And sure enough, the trees kind of form this bubble around you, just almost entirely sealing off your vision outside of this bubble of trees. And the bubble is moving, and your cart's moving with it. The ground is actually coming with it too, and it's just fascinating to see these plants just grow and sprout and warp around you. But this happens for about an hour or two, and the next thing you know, you're on the other side of this forest.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about our druid following us anymore, because I don't think, or ranger. So I'm not sure she gives away all her money, so she couldn't afford a diamond.
Yeah, you guys are clearly just on the other side of this forest already. It's just been a couple of hours.
Wow. Well, I suppose I would have struck up a conversation with Fear on the Ray then. Talking to
Like
him
they
and
load
stuff.
you into this bubble, and
Oh.
it's sealed off, and you don't see them anymore.
Oh.
So we're just kind of alone in this
You're
tree
just-
subway.
Alone in this pocket of tree, and you get spat out the
That's
other
the
end.
sound of a trees chugging you through.
Well, all that distance in one day is actually quite convenient.
That is pretty great, yeah. That's
That
good.
is definitely worth money. Probably not the cost of an entire diamond, but yeah, that's worth paying for. At the
I
very
mean,
least.
it is maybe a ripoff, but they were honest in their business.
And it was as
Still,
described. We did get a very proper shortcut.
I would still have liked to tell them to maybe cut the prices a bit, even for their own sake, because people get vindictive and jealous, because especially when they have all that bling carrying around.
Well, what you do notice is that on this side there's actually a bunch of merchant carts and even kiosks selling gems here too, going the other way.
Or
And
they're
there's
like,
this line of carts being processed by some more of these fear there.
so would Don have a chance to go and try and
Yeah,
have
Yeah,
a
I mean
conversation?
they seem busy, but you could probably snag one and talk to it.
yeah, I'll try that.
All right, so you just walk over and try to chat with it, and it looks
Yeah.
up at you as you approach and it says, "Sylvan."
Sylvan, yeah, I'll speak. Bill.
Okay. What can I help you with?
Yeah, just thinking, it's a really nice business you got going here. We've got here in what, 1 hour? That's pretty worth money. Except I've got a bit. I'm a bit worried because it's kind of expensive, don't you think?
Oh, we're providing a very good service. You see, these merchants just simply pass on the prices to the people who are requesting the deliveries if they would like them quicker. It's simply an overhead charge for faster delivery.
Yeah, I get that, but I've heard people get kind of annoyed about it, and you know how they can get their. People can get vindictive, especially because you're kind of bottlenecking the only passage to the mountains here, and and I've seen that you've been wearing all your gems around. That people get also especially jealous when they're gonna feel like you're stealing all their money. So just for your own good, maybe cut down the price. I'm not trying to impose on you, but this looks like it could head a really bad direction along the way.
Roll me a diplomacy check. So, you do actually talk with these guys, and you give like this real heartfelt speech to this guy, like, please, for your own sake, lower those prices. And he looks at you up and down. He gives you this weird, like, one eyebrow up kind of look. And you see him pause and think about it for a second. But then he waves his hand and goes, "Pfft," and walks off.
You tried.
I tried. It's all up to them now.
So they'll be warned when you come back with a vengeance. I mean, I'm not interfering. They're just doing business.
So you guys are looking at the road ahead of you, and it's a bunch more plains, but you're clearly past this mountain range.
So we're looking at like 2 days worth of travel into Lorna?
I mean, it's still pretty early in the morning. You might be able to get there if you go pretty late. You can probably get there in 2 days.
All right, well, let's go for it.
Yeah. All right. So you guys travel the rest of the night, and then you travel another long day. You wake up early. You make sure you travel late, and you end up in the city of Orna.
We did it!
The pie has arrived.
So if you will look at this art on your right here, this is what the city of Orna looks like. What you guys know about the city of Orna, you don't even need to roll a knowledge local history check to know this, is that it's mostly inhabited by elves and gnomes.
This is a
you
really fancy place.
The elves tend to live in the upper part, and it's a big port city too. And the gnomes tend to live underground, and there's a lot less of this port trade going on down there because it's underground. So this is kind of what the city of Orna looks like. However, it is late at night when you guys arrive.
Now, we were told, too, that dude would live in, like, the most flashiest, stand-outingest place, right?
Yeah, you were told that he'd be in a very bustling place.
So that will give us at least something to look for once we get on.
Or something.
Yeah, well, but yeah, if it's night, we should probably go sleep somewhere. I guess.
Right. So I'm just gonna hand wave and say you guys spend the night at another inn. It's gonna be another 5 silver each.
I'll cover it. Because it's easier for the math. Because it's just 2 gold for me.
And
I
then
think
in the
I
morning,
the composite sketch.
it's a beautiful day in the city of Varna. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. You hear the sounds of bells from the ships coming in. But you suspect that the gnome that you're looking for probably lives in the gnomish areas, which are underground.
Last time we split up and I got beat up by a skeleton, so I'm sticking with everyone.
To be fair, that was in Relatable.
Yeah, but look.
It still makes sense.
Yeah. Especially if we think we need to go underground, flying around won't be very helpful.
Yeah.
And who knows, instead of alley skeletons, they maybe have alley zombies.
Yeah.
Thinking, since this is the place, like, this is the guy who would be able to repair the golem, so I'm gonna bring it with us.
All right. Are you guys just gonna leave like your cart at the inn and?
I'm assuming they got stables.
Yeah. You can just leave your stuff at the stable.
Alright.
And just take all your adventuring equipment with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where are you guys headed?
To the gnomish area. There's probably some entrance to the underground.
Yeah, you actually find a nearby sign written in Gnomish that seems to lead downward into the ground. It's a big staircase that leads just straight downward.
So it's just
Sign
flat
probably
out
says
Gnomish.
"Do not enter."
There's not like written in common underneath or something.
It's just written in Gnomish.
All right. Well, I can't read these signs, so I'm gonna trust y'all.
And also, to the comment of me not being able to hear feedback, I am hearing feedback.
I wasn't hearing any feedback at all there.
Me neither.
I wasn't either. That's unusual. Either way, I'm not hearing any feedback now, so we'll address it if it comes up again. So yeah, you guys see the sign. It's actually right pretty close to your inn. The inn that you stayed at is pretty like toward the center of town. And yeah, you've got this big old sign of Gnomish that seems to point downward down the staircase, and you just see a whole bunch of gnomes coming out of and going down into the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gnome-sized stuff, or is it something a medium-sized person can still walk in?
It's something a medium-sized person can still walk through, but you're gonna be a little uncomfortable.
All right.
It's like the ceilings are like exactly 6 feet high.
Okay.
So it's nothing unmanageable for like medium-sized creatures, but it's going to be uncomfortable for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys head down the staircase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys head down the staircase, and it winds downward a little bit, and then it kind of opens up into this bigger hallway, and it kind of leads you to this big. Basically, there's a big crowd of gnomes waiting on the edge of this platform. It looks like kind of a little cliff, except it doesn't go down very far. And then there's a wall on the other side that's only like 4 or 5 feet away. And you see some weird, a weird brightly colored sign too. And let me reveal that to you. It's gonna be on your left here. Come on. Reveal area, please. Come on, Roll20. There we go.
Oh, man.
So you guys see this, and each of these black dots has words in Gnomish written next to it, but you guys don't understand it because none of you speak Gnomish.
Nope.
But I have played Mini Metro, so I can read this perfectly.
Yeah, that's it. We can, but... Oh. So, no one can read
Where
now?
are we, then? Probably in
Well,
the
I
middle?
have my spell like, so I use it, so I can at least
All right.
read this.
So here's where things get a little fun. So you cast
Comprehend language.
Comprehend Languages. So suddenly,
Boom.
you see that.
Boom!
Oh, boy. Let's go to
Q.
Bob.
Q. Now somebody's having a laugh.
So you see this, and you can immediately piece together that from the signs around you, which you can also read at the moment, that you are at Historic Bripip Protest, which is this stop.
Where?
What stuff?
Which
I
is
didn't see
this? I'm looking for a story. Oh, there it is.
To
I
the left,
found
to
it.
right, on the left.
Yeah. There.
There.
But we don't know where we need to go.
Wonderland sounds like the place that guy would be.
But that's
I-
only... Like, we can't see this. It's only Velmer, right?
No.
Only Velmir can read this.
Yeah, but I started like just taking them one by one. First along the blue line, then the red line. Just point at them and say the names, just because.
All right.
Although, why would someone name a stop Bob?
You know, it's Bob's.
No,
Yes,
you know.
It's just one house, and it's a guy named Bob who lives there.
Man, I'm trying to remember anything we know about the guy. Any hints?
There are just swarms of gnomes around you.
I'm curious
by
about the
way.
Q. Is that a Zero Escape reference?
Look, man, I had to come up with a lot of names.
So Wonderland, Crystal City. What else? What sounds like Rockray Boulevard, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarium.
Friendship Heights.
Bit on the
Fun fact,
nose.
some of these are real metro stops on real metro systems.
Like 1/16th.
I mean, yes.
There's several market streets, so it's probably
that's
just...
the Gnome District marked on the southeast. So maybe we should head there first.
But isn't everything downstairs kind of gnome district?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking as well. Maybe that's the more living quarters. Maybe.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Historic
maybe-
district might be where a posh rich guy hangs out, I guess.
But that's not really. What was it again? Fancy, gaudy? I forgot the word that was used to describe.
So something like Crystal City, maybe.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking.
Yeah.
So you do remember that you were told this guy likes to hang out where a lot of people are.
So
very
let's head
popular
towards
area.
Nantown first. Nantown is really central and looks.
But I'm sure
populated.
dude is a known guy, right? Like, is there an information kiosk or anything around here?
There's no information kiosk.
Let's just head to the center. We can ask people on the way.
All right.
Like I still got the composite sketch, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the composite sketch is going to be very useful, I think. Yeah, just like
also
if
what does the ruins mean?
There's no indication of what these runes mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I actually have no idea what languages my character knows. I can't find that list on the thing. Oh, never mind. I just found it. Okay.
are there any guard like guys?
No, just a bunch of gnomes.
Man.
I like to imagine like the British palace guards, like these weird hats, so just a bunch of gnomes with hats just as tall as reaching all the way to the roof.
Because yeah, it's a shot in the dark. There's a few plausible areas, but we know nothing about the city.
Oh yeah, Nantan sounds like basically the place to start at.
All right.
Yeah, because it's so central, there has got to be a lot of people there.
There's
That's
one
true.
station that has no, or there's a couple of stations that don't have names. I just noticed between brown, red, and green, and brown, green, and yellow. Just noticed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a secret stop.
Huh.
Anyway, yeah. There's
Good
an
question. That one doesn't
airport.
have a name.
Name.
Maybe there's not actually. It's just like a place where the rails cross.
Could be.
Maybe.
That would make sense because it's the same as.
Oh, actually,
all of the green.
one
red.
of these is actually supposed to have a label. I apologize. Hold on.
Oh. Some of these are pretty funny.
I had a lot of fun putting this together. There.
Hmm.
That one has a name now.
Charles Late Fish.
Also, there's an
Okay.
airport. I'm gonna assume it's gonna have airships.
Oh man.
Which is
You
I
pretty
are
mean,
rad.
underground.
Okay.
Well, it's probably an exit.
Yeah, it's just a station, and from there you take stairs or an elevator, and then you're at a place that could have airships. That'd be pretty rad.
It's a video L hangar underground. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where you all want to try first?
Yeah, to the middle, to the center.
All right.
Just a quick question. Don, are you actually sketching this all down?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay,
That would be a
so
good idea.
this is going to take a while. Are you writing down all the names too? Because comprehend languages does last a while.
I'm just gonna write down the. It does last well.
Yeah, it lasts 10 minutes per level. So
Yeah,
You're
yes,
good for a
that's
little less than an
definitely
hour.
long enough. Gonna start with the big stations and then work my way to the smaller ones. Just
all
to
right.
make it-
So
Yeah.
as you're writing this down, you actually see these big old trains come into the station, and then head off. And you see that a few times, and they're coming in opposite directions as you're writing these down. Probably coming about every 5 minutes or so.
Anyone at all ever stopping to look at us?
I mean, occasionally people look up at you as they're walking by,
Well, they could
but
probably just
these
gonna think
gnomes
that we're
seem pretty
tourists.
busy.
All right.
They already know where they're going. We are just
Yeah.
stupid tourists.
I guess. But we're business tourists.
Kind of.
So, do we know which direction the train we have to go? Not that we have lost our sense of direction while on the ground.
There is a megaphone blaring the voice of some gnomes, potentially say the conductor of the train, whenever a train stops, and it seems to be shouting something in garbled gnomish, which means that, sure enough, Velmer can actually understand it barely, but man, it's hard to hear these guys. It's hearing stuff like "Step outside into Urbis Irland."
Oh.
Yeah, that's about right. How it usually sounds.
Makes sense. So, I guess we've got a map and the way now.
Yeah, so you've got everything copied down, and
Da-da-da-da.
ta-da.
You've got a map.
Next, we need a compass.
Yeah, that's when we know where we have to go.
And where we are.
And we're the
When
final
we know
boss.
that? Well, but are there any ticket booths or something of the like?
No ticket booths. It looks like you can just walk on this train.
Oh,
Man, Bernie had an impact on this place. Free public service, you know.
If it's magic, I guess it's cheap enough to operate.
Mm-hmm. So let's get on the next train heading towards Nantown then.
Yeah, the middle of it all. If there's going to be any information booth, it would be on Nan. I think it's in the middle.
Mhm.
All right. So,
And
yeah,
my
Velmer, you
comprehend-
wait.
My
Are you
comprehend
waiting
language
for-
probably won't last that much longer, so we should count how many stations we go so that we know where to get off.
So in three stations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, sure enough, you guys hear. So you guys hear Rubeline heading to Enmop Institute on this next train.
That's the red one. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel like if these characters encountered this for real, it'd be way more confusing. Kind of have advantage here.
Yeah, especially for the big folk.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, wait.
So are you guys hopping on
Speaking
this
of
train?
which, are the trains normal sized?
They're kind of small. You're gonna be a little cramped.
Is the golem gonna be a problem?
I mean, he's kind of like crumpled up a little, I assume. Like his legs
Right.
are folded up, I imagine. So not any more than, say, a very large backpack.
Okay, so people
Which
are
is-
just gonna be mad that I take up the room of 3 people.
Yeah, you guys are definitely gonna be crowding a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a big city. They should be used to this.
All right, so you guys hop on.
Yep.
All right, so you guys hop on, and then immediately there is a rush of gnomes out of this train.
Oh yeah, well, of course, let people out first.
All right, right.
It's common courtesy.
Now, everybody, that is a combat maneuver bonus check of 17. Everybody
Well,
who does not have a combat maneuver defense of at least 17 gets thrown off this train in this swarm of gnomes.
wow.
So, who does that include?
I get me and Pineapple get pushed away. No, not Pineapple. I do, but not Pineapple.
Pineapple MVP.
So actually, Nava, I'll let you roll a reflex check for this to see if you can grab onto Pineapple for anchoring.
All right. Let's see here. Reflex. Oh yeah. Now that with my level 4, if Pineapple's next to me, I get +2 on all checks.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, we're good. What's your combat maneuver defense then with that?
Oh, but it's on my checks though, so it's on my
Okay.
saves, so I still need to roll. But it's just I rolled better than I would normally.
Combat maneuver defense, you don't roll. It's a flat.
No,
it's
but because,
No, but
because he's
he's
got
making-
pineapple right there, and he'd probably
Yeah.
be in contact with pineapple, I'm giving him a special chance to.
A
Oh.
reflex save, which I didn't do great.
Is that counting the extra +2?
Yep. Yeah, I added it in.
Okay, yeah, I'll let that count. Because that's, like, I imagine that would give you an extra +2 on your combat maneuver defense. Now, what does that provide you? Does that
So
allow
yeah,
you to stand?
I was like just barely. So
Okay.
like I was at 16, so now I'm at 18.
Gotcha. So you managed to stay on. Does anybody get thrown off?
Yes.
Yes.
I managed.
Well,
All right. So-
I never actually said I hopped on.
Well, either way, the doors slam,
Yeah.
and I'm about to do something mean.
You're gonna split the party.
Oh no!
I'm going to split the party.
I don't have the map.
Me neither. But I remember it's the 3 stations.
Yeah,
Let's hope
3
they get there as well.
So, and
If I remember right, this has real life happened to me in Tokyo.
Remember,
when
So,
everyone got on the train.
in Tokyo.
Weimar,
Yeah,
Terrence,
I lived
and
there for a
you
year.
click that link and join me in the beginner group chat.
oh no.
Oh wow! That's great.
Well
I'll buy
then.
you too. Remember, you've got message. That was metagaming.
Well.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, like they know them. They know it's 3 stations. Also, Dawn has a map, so.
Yeah.
And you can just relearn magic as long as you have the spell slot for it.
No, it's my spell like, so it's only once per day.
Oh, well, I'm sure we'll be fine.
I hope we will be fine.
So does the spell like due to your linguistic thing?
No, it's just. Well, good question. I don't quite remember. I think it's the variety of Dampier.
Huh. That's an interesting Dampier skill. Like, it's not something you'd expect.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so you guys are on this train.
Sure are.
You get to the next spot, and with the last bits of comprehend languages sticking around, you manage to hear the conductor of this train. By the way, this train is absolutely densely packed with gnomes. You guys are like getting elbowed by gnomes in the knees and stuff. It's just a mess. And there's no room to move. And at the next stop, you hear the conductor say, State station, next stop, Wonderland.
Okay, just gonna wait.
All right, a crowd of gnomes flies out of the train, opening up actually a spot on one of the seats.
Oh, I'm gonna
take
sit
it.
down. Oh, just one spot?
There's just one seat available.
All right, we're both
Or
going
well,
for
let you
it.
have maybe put down robot on it.
Or, you know what, that's fair. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so you just drop this robot down. You get a bunch of dirty glares from these gnomes. They are not happy with that.
Look, and I say that to them in common. I don't know if that's going to be told. It's either me or the robot. I'd rather just look, all right?
So they actually yell back at you in Gnomish, and Velmir, this is just as your your language comprehension for Gnomish is fading. You hear them say, "Wait, what do you mean? Why are you just putting your blah, 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 blah," and it just ends up garbling as your spell wears off.
Do you share this information?
No,
This
it was
gnome
not
is just
useful, so
furious.
no.
All right.
He's pointing at this thing. He's actually grabbing this golem and trying to pick him up, and is failing miserably.
Hey!
He imitates you right back. Hey! And then he flippantly waves at you and yells something in Gnomish.
I lean against the robot.
He glares you right in the eyes. He's
glare
standing
right
on
back.
his chair, by the way.
I glare right back.
And then the train comes to a halt very abruptly. So make me a reflex check to stay standing.
Oh, all right.
And he's going to do so too.
Oh,
And he fails miserably.
are there any like railings or something to hold on to?
Yeah, I assume that Velmir is holding onto a railing, but Nava is not. Nava, you end up falling over, but also this gnome falls over as well.
Dang it.
So both of you are just in the middle of the floor of this cavern, and he's just yelling at you furiously. But the doors open up for this stop. A bunch of gnomes swarm out, a bunch of gnomes swarm in, and a whole bunch of stuff gets said over the loudspeaker that you don't understand. I'm going to switch over to the other group.
All right. This is really silly.
Yep.
You know what? Are you? I wonder if. I guess it wouldn't be safe. Like I thought, maybe you should unsheath your sword in case dude gets anywhere close. But it's probably a bad idea in a crowded metro.
Yeah. The people are gonna get quite upset probably by suddenly
Yeah.
pulling weapons.
I realized that as I was saying what I was saying.
If anything, I would pull out a knife. But I'm just assuming everyone has a knife, basically. Or well, since I'm so much bigger than them, I can just grab him on the collar and just, hey man, nope.
Yeah, honestly, considering how imposing you are, surprised they're not giving us more let. But I guess they just don't care.
No, it is stressful enough as it is going on a crowded train.
Yeah, I have not went into a metro very often. I was lucky enough that there wasn't that many people, but man, like I have social anxiety, so I don't think I'd be able to do very well.
It is rough the first few times. Because the first month where I lived in Japan for a year, it was like a bit outside of town, so there was a 50-minute commute by train, and it was right in the rush hour in the morning.
Ooh.
And it was like the train arrives, it's full of people, but we have to get in. You just push in, you have to get in, so you push in and ignore everyone else basically. And
you just need to squirm somewhere in, and when you got out, wow.
Yeah, and it's like, and you arrive at the next station. The train still feels full, but there's more people coming in. Next station, still more people coming in. And
See,
there's always room for more people somehow.
they're made so that there's always exactly enough space.
Yep.
That's why everyone needs to always be on schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so when you got out, when you have to go out, you just like you squirm in and push people around, like.
Now you basically just try to excuse yourself on the very little broken Japanese I could at the time. Just sorry, go out and just push through.
Oh, is this a very relatable experience for you, Duker?
Yeah, very. You just have to be very determined and just go out. You need to go out, so you go out. Just do it.
All right. So the doors close at the stop where you guys fell over. After a whole bunch of gnomes flood out and a whole bunch of gnomes flood in. And you get to the next stop, and the doors open again.
So
A whole
this
bunch
is
of
the
gnomes flood
second
out.
stop.
Yeah, this is the second one.
And
Okay.
then a whole bunch of gnomes flood in. You hear a bunch of garbled gnome over the loudspeaker. And the doors close again.
So I'm gonna prepare myself to be able to leave next stop.
Yeah,
I don't know.
likewise.
All right, so you guys are going to kind of muscle your way out to up to the door through this sea of gnomes. All right, and the doors. Sure enough, the train stops again. The doors open up.
Whew.
A whole bunch of gnomes flood out.
And we're part of the flood.
All right, you guys leave with it. So back at the last stop, back at the stop that you first entered on, you did notice that there were signs indicating the colors of the rail lines.
Right.
Because you pieced together well enough that this is a full metro station. So you guys recognize those as the line colors based on the information that you were able to gather, because you guys don't have an intelligence of 4 or lower. So sure enough, you look around, and this looks like actually let me show you a little bit what this area looks like, and kind of the aesthetic for the rest of the place as well.
All right.
this is kind of what the whole place looks like outside of the trains.
It's pretty rad, actually.
But you look around, and this place is huge. But you do notice that the stop that you have, what you see on the signs, it's not the same. It's not the same color of lines that you were expecting from. You see just red and blue for line colors for this stop, for this station.
Which I think
Where are
is
we?
right or no? Well,
Where are we?
we are in Arna.
So you are able to find another map. There seems to be a map probably at every station.
Mhm.
I can reveal the map for you again if you like.
Please
Yeah,
do.
yeah, please do. And I assume there's some markers showing which station we're at.
There is not.
Oh.
So either we somehow overshot or undershot. I don't know how that could happen. Do you think the runes have something to do with this?
Oh. Now that you mention it.
So there are signs indicating what station this is, and you can cross-reference that with the map in order to piece together where you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And using that, you determine that you're RW North.
RW.
Which
There is
is
one station too far.
Yeah, it's like we went over it. That's...
Huh.
How did that happen?
Well, there's a train coming back the other way,
1, 2...
and it's opening up now.
Dude,
I
we
tried to
go
move
in?
out of the way of the worst flood that just is a bit away from the train.
Yeah, we're not gonna rush through that one. Gonna try and figure this out here.
Yeah,
All right,
the trains were very regular anyway, so...
So there's one question I want to ask. The lapse of time between each stop, was it a regular amount of time?
No, it
Okay.
wasn't. It wasn't the same amount of time between each stop.
Okay. So yeah, it's
These
like a real
stops are
metro
pretty
map. This is
close.
not a literal. This is a symbolic map.
Yeah.
So while you guys are figuring that out, I'm gonna move to the other group.
That's
I'll
fair.
be right back.
Alright. And I think we should probably wait here for a little while in case they come here as well. Against the right station.
That is very smart. Yeah, like if probably the same thing is gonna happen to them.
Yeah.
Logically.
Now, if only one of them were normal sized, then we would see them much easier.
That's true.
Though, on the
Well,
other hand, they will be able to see me very easily.
I mean, I feel like a kobold stands out no matter where.
Yeah, I get it. That's true.
But yeah, they'll see you or the golem definitely. So let's wait like maybe 2 train passing. Like I don't know how long it'll have taken them to jump in a train.
No. Yeah, but like 2 to 4 trains or something like that. Yeah.
All right. What are you guys doing? You guys see trains heading either way, stopping at this platform.
We're gonna wait a bit for like 2 or 3 trains or something like that, and hope they come with a train and see us.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you wait for a few trains to come by, and you don't see any sign of your friends.
Oh boy. Oh no. Dude.
This is a problem when we don't have cell phones.
It is. Do I need line of sight to use message?
Basically, it needs to be less than 100 feet with a target that you basically know exactly where they are.
I need to know exactly, so I can't.
Yeah, it needs to be within 100 feet around walls and stuff. So it's not as the crow flies.
Oh, geez. Do you think? See, because so they haven't come by for the last 4 trains, let's say. Do you think they might have gone outside?
That is a possibility. Or they might have gotten around But there's only the red and blue line there. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
this is
I'm-
only for the red line trains. The blue line trains is somewhere else.
But I mean, if they had taken the blue line for this amount of time, they would have ended up at the same place as us. Like they're exactly parallel, unless they went on a train that went in the opposite direction. But why would they do that?
Because they're dumb and didn't think about it.
I mean, maybe Argyle, but not Don.
No, that's true. Hmm.
Man,
Yeah, but I was thinking if the blue line trains don't arrive on the same station, they're on the same. I can't remember the word in English.
So I'm going to let you know that you, despite the fact, actually roll me a raw intelligence check, Velmir.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Actually, make a linguistics check. That'd be a little
yes.
better for you.
Right, skills. Much better.
Oh man, yeah, okay. So you recognize that despite the fact that you can't tell what color each train is, you do hear 4 separate garbled things that the dude is saying when indicating probably which stop they're heading toward.
Yeah, so there's the 4 different end lines with red and blue. I would assume.
So they could be, but and it wouldn't be the same station. So they could be at the same here thing, but blue instead of red.
Maybe I haven't been here before, so or well down here at least. I've been on the upside, I think. Some time ago, but
So around us, do we see other like train stops? Or is it just this one place?
No, it's just this one. The train stops are isolated by
Ah,
this.
Fudgeball, that could
Well
be
then.
it. Yeah. How? This is terrible. Okay. I'm gonna stay here with you, but I'm gonna send Pineapple to go outside and fly up and see if it can see any of our compatriots, like
You're gonna
outside
send-
waiting for us.
You're gonna send Pineapple all the way back out to the starting station?
Not the starting station. Like, oh, there's no way outside from here.
You are completely sealed underground. You don't see
Ugh.
any way to get to the surface here.
That's probably just the white balls that let you go outside. Then.
that sounds reasonable. Yeah. It still makes it weird, but why aren't we in Nantown?
Yeah. It's like we skip a thing. I don't.
Well,
Do we take the next bus that goes back west?
Yeah,
Back-
we should
back
take
the
a
way you
train
came?
back.
Do you guys want to do that?
I guess so.
Yeah,
All right.
we have to try something.
All right, so you guys hop on the train. The doors open up, you hop on, the doors close, and you start heading off. And I'm going to resolve some stuff with the other group.
All
I'll be right
right.
back.
Wonder what they're doing.
Getting lost. Robbing people.
But like,
No, but- What would they do? I mean, I'm assuming that they would try to meet up in Nantown, but
but like, did they end up in Nantown and we didn't?
that it's not impossible that we somehow missed a stop or something. I don't know, but that would be weird.
Yeah, like we were even ready for it. Okay, the solution is we sleep on a bench for 8 hours so that you can use your magic language ability again.
Oh, unfortunately, it does not allow me to speak the language. I only understand it.
But at the very least, we'd be able to like hear the voicemail, the voice, like beat perhaps.
Barely. It's the acoustics isn't the very best in here. in this
It's
case.
better than not understanding anything.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah, why don't anyone here speak common? It's called common for a reason.
Or since we're beneath the ground, they could at least speak Undercommon.
At the very least, dwarvish of all things, you know.
And that would be fine too. Or Abyssal, or
Like I know dwarven, so I'd be able to do something.
Yeah.
Why do I know dwarven? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a dwarven community up on the map. Yeah.
Why do I know Celestial? Just because.
Well, you just know a bunch of languages.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
Yep. Just because they seem neat.
I think that's super rad. Like it's super rude mercenary, but also, you know, has interest outside of mercenary.
Well, of
It's
course.
pretty rad.
I
I
have-
wish I had done something like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, he is like almost 140 years. He needs to spend his time somehow. And he shows languages.
He's a smart dude.
High intelligence.
Well, Rygel did something.
A diplomacy check. So maybe asking for directions.
Or like either directions or like our descriptions or something.
So there should be some kind of service personnel here, like someone, like, but we look for guard kind of people, and we didn't see any, right?
Yeah, I specifically asked for that. No, it's just, which I feel is kind of silly. Like you could just go out and kill people randomly, and there would be like no security. Well, maybe it's magic based or something.
Yeah, magical security might be a thing.
Because if you start just hitting people, the cops are arrive, and we can ask the cops.
Oh, hello! About time you arrived. We would actually like to meet up with our friends. I say while I continue stabbing a gnome.
Look, getting desperate here.
I mean,
All
we
right.
would get attention.
So you guys, the train pulls up to the next stop.
Hmm.
The doors open up.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of gnomes rush out.
Right. We also follow.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then the doors close behind you, and then the train heads off. And you look, and you see a sign that indicates that this station has green, brown, red, and blue lines.
Okay, we're at the right place now.
All right, and you take a look around, and you find the little kiosk, and you'll cross-check it, and sure enough, it says that you're in Nantown.
All right. Not sure what happened last time, but we did it.
We beat
You
the
look
metro.
around, and you don't see any sign of Ralgil or Velmir.
I
Or not, I mean,
feared,
Ralgil or Don.
I feared this, but now it's their thing to solve. We should not go wandering around.
So you're just gonna
No.
stay here?
No signs at all, huh?
No. You see no indication that that there's a kobold or a halfling anywhere here
Oh, and are
Just
there
a
still
bunch
no like
a
service
bunch of
personnel?
gnomes. running around.
Yeah, this is kind of a bigger deal, like hub area. So there's still like no actual personnel.
Not here, but you see a really big exit up to probably the more probably the stuff that the station's actually here for.
Okay.
I mean, and you should probably scout around a bit with Pineapple.
Yeah, I'm thinking of just looking outside real quick, and I'll have Pineapple scout from the sky, see if they went out.
The quote unquote sky of the underground.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sending Pineapple ahead outside of the station.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you stay put and you send some Pineapple outside to look around, and sure enough, Pineapple actually sees them.
All right.
Let's
All
go
right,
meet.
so let me talk to the other group and let them know they can come back.
We did it.
We beat it.
I just had to make Pineapple do a thing because it's totally broken.
But Pineapple is and always will be our MVP.
So I wonder how they probably got Nantown directly, but why?
Well, or rather, why didn't we?
Yeah, like the blue line, the red line skips the hub. Like that wouldn't make any sense.
That would be weird.
But like I just wondering if the symbols, the runes mean anything. But there's no way I can tell how this would work.
You guys are all back
No.
together now.
Yeah.
You guys are all in the Nantown station, from what you can tell.
We survived the metro station.
Yay!
The metro did
So-
not defeat us. So, what did you guys get to Nantown immediately, or did you also miss a station?
No, we went to 3 stations.
And got off here.
See, we went through 3 stations, but we ended up at 1 station further.
I
must-
figured it was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
you must have accidentally gone one station, missed the station.
But
Or no, it might have just been a speed train, an express train.
Yeah. That would be a thing that might happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here.
yeah, that's the important part. We survived and we're gathered back together.
All right. Well, congratulations. Now what?
Now we got to find. All right, any building here looks mad expensive.
All right. So you guys head on out into Nantown proper, or at least what you assume is called Nantown based on the station. And it looks like it has kind of the same style as this piece of art on the bottom here. It's just like high vaulted ceilings, but the buildings are all kind of tiny. It's clearly built for small people that are trying to accommodate larger clientele, probably. But there's nothing special here. It looks like it's probably mostly residential, but like not fancy residential.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably a middle lower class kind of residential area, if you were to take
Well,
a guess.
populated probably, right?
Yeah. No, there's a ton of gnomes all over the place.
So even if we don't find somebody who knows the guy, we might find somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You know?
Yeah.
But first of all, we need to find someone that speaks common. Or any other language I can speak, but something that isn't gnomish. It's such a boring language.
It's too boring. That's why you never learned it.
But they do speak mime. I find that they do speak mime.
So I'm actually delighted that you never learned Gnomish because I've been planning this session from the beginning. I was just banking on you having never learned Gnomish.
Yep. It worked out.
There's your fun fact for the day.
So, well, are you, through the power of mime, are you able to ask about where we can find the fancy?
Well, you
place
know
for
what to
people?
say. A picture says more than 1,000 words.
That's true. So is here outside a station someplace that looks like an information spot?
Not really. I mean, this looks kind of like a gnomish underground neighborhood.
Oh.
It looks like a very urban neighborhood, but like it's not like you're gonna find an information kiosk here. This does not look like a place where most of the tourists come, if that's what you're getting at.
Right.
Wonder if the fancy historic district would be where they'd be then. Maybe that gnomish guy or something like that.
So you do have the guy's name. The guy's name is Farron's. You know that he likes expensive stuff, and and that he likes to hang out where a lot of people are.
So I have a question then. Would a gnomish name be commonized when we learn it, or is his name his name?
His name is just his name. Like if you say Farron's to indicate a gnome, then that's what he's called.
Mm-hmm.
If you say that to a gnome, they'll recognize that.
So
name.
we can't just point the picture, say Farron's, and hope that they get what we mean. Okay.
Uh-huh. That's going to be interesting.
Especially when most people here are quite busy. We're gonna have trouble just finding someone that is willing to just stop and try to communicate with us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there is a government center.
That's not a bad idea.
Right there, I had completely missed it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I think you might nailed something there. Yeah, if like he's probably not there, but if there's anything that would be in any position to help us,
It sounds like
that
the
would be
correct
the
place.
place. All right. Yeah. It's okay. So we're taking the train there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully
Alright.
together this time.
Yeah. Hopefully together.
No.
And
Yeah.
it's 4 stops.
All right. So yeah, you guys look
No, it's
for
5.
the.
No, wait, 4. Sorry, 4.
You guys notice that assign points that the green and brown trains are actually in a different area altogether of the station. But the sign's kind of pointing in the right direction. But you kind of make your way through some winding tunnels, and you find your way to the platform where the green and brown trains are.
All right.
And they're going back and forth with loud blaring, grumpy sounding, muffled gnomes coming over the loudspeaker.
Are we going to be able to tell in what direction they're going?
Ooh.
Because we can't hear like going State House or going key, you know.
Well, worst case scenario, we just have to go back the other way.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah. At least it doesn't cost us anything other than time.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Going to lose all the time we save going through
Like,
the
the
trees.
first station, we'll probably have also yellow the connection, so we can see that from inside the cabin. Probably.
And we also, I think, should probably we know which way we came from, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's it's a quarter turn to the right. It's the direction we want the trains to be
I mean,
headed.
that's just
So-
it's just that like that's just.
quarter turn to the left.
I mean, this
So
is
that would be a survival check to see if you can figure out that orientation from where you were.
All right. I have survival.
Also,
Yeah,
since this is
survival.
just symbolical map, it might as well go like directly south and then make a U-turn somewhere to go north.
Yeah.
It might be weird like that.
Survival is wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm great at that.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I know even less.
Yeah, you absolutely have no idea.
Aha!
I know
Oh,
slightly more.
hey, would you look at that?
The
right,
one
yeah.
guy I was raised in a city.
Yeah, Velmer, you figure out that this next train is the one heading north.
All right.
Okay,
This
so
north.
let's get off.
All right, you hop aboard the train.
After
and-
waiting for the gnomes to get off.
after waiting for the gnomes to get off. And you swarm in with the next group of gnomes getting on, the doors slam shut, and the train takes off, and it is packed in here. You guys are just barely squeezing in.
4
it's-
stops.
I wonder if I could crowd surf on top of all the gnomes.
You're gonna crush them.
So,
There are many, they can hold me, probably. Maybe.
So the next stop, sure enough, you can see from the window of the train that there's a sign indicating that there is a yellow line stop from here. And additionally, you notice that the train gets immensely more empty after this stop.
Okay. That makes
Way
sense.
more gnomes
Hmm.
leave this train than get on this stop.
The
Mhm.
good part
They're all
of the
going
line.
to the bitter circle.
And the doors close, and you go another stop.
Mhm.
And the doors open, gnomes leave, gnomes come on, doors close. Go to the next stop. Doors open, the gnomes leave,
All right,
Gnomes
let's get
come
ready.
on.
come back.
the doors close.
Exciting train action.
Go to the next stop. The doors open,
All right.
We get off.
Yeah.
You get off with
Yeah.
the swarm of gnomes, and the doors close behind you after a smaller swarm of gnomes gets on. And sure enough, you are able to piece together the gnomish writing from the sign and pair it up with the sign for the station as a whole. And you sure enough are at Government Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Is there
Let's
an
see if we can
information
find-
thing
We
here?
have successfully used a subway. We are adults now.
We did it.
Now we are adults.
All right, so you actually head on out of the metro station. You head out of the subway station, and there seem to be a bunch of like pseudo-industrial looking buildings, maybe offices of some sort. It's hard to tell, but there's a lot of big non-residential buildings here, and there's not a ton of people here.
There must be guards here, though, right?
Actually, yeah. You look around a little closer, and you do see some gnomes with fancy swords in sheaths on their hip.
All right, let's try and ask them.
All right, so there's a couple guarding the entrance to one particularly fancy building, and you walk up to one, and he addresses you in common and says, "Oh, hello. What can I help you with?"
Hello. We're looking for information. Unfortunately, we're looking for a gnome, and none of us speak gnomish, which has made getting around this place interesting.
This guard's partner kind of snickers a little, and they don't kind of glare and says, "Oh, well, yeah. Where are you trying to get to exactly?"
We're actually trying to find someone.
Trying to find someone. It better be somebody famous, otherwise I'm probably not going to recognize a name of somebody. It's a big
Well,
city here.
We've got
Got
a picture.
Got a picture. All right. Well, let me take a look.
Well, I give it to
Did
him.
you guys actually get a picture of the guy?
I drew a composite sketch with the help of Bickerton.
That's right. You did. Okay. Yeah. You show this guy the picture, and yes. I don't know. I guess the gnome I've ever seen.
We also mentioned that. What's his name again?
Farron's.
Farron's. Yeah, his name's Farron's.
Farron's. I mean. Okay, so I hang out a lot at the market square. So I mean, there's one of the shopkeepers of one of the more reputable shops. It's been there for ages. And his name's Farron's. I've never seen the guy in person though, but I know that he owns the place.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, good sir,
Yeah.
where would we find a obscenely rich socialite?
Obscenely rich socialite. Well, I mean, if that does line up a little bit with Market Square. Now hold on. The Market Square is where all the fancy shopping is in town. So, if a man were to be rather on the wealthy side, I wouldn't be surprised if you can find him in Market Square. I think the Market Square might be where you boys need to get to.
Okay, thanks for your help. We'll head over to the Market Square then.
Yeah, very well appreciated.
All right.
That was very helpful.
Thanks for coming. Good luck. Hopefully that helps out.
Yeah.
Well, have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Yep. Have a
I
nice-
just saw on the map that there are two market streets, one on blue and
Well,
one
that's
on the
Sweet
green.
and yeah.
There are 3 market streets actually.
Yeah.
One on red, one
Yeah.
on brown, and one on
And one
blue.
eastern market as well, to the west.
I'm not seeing a market square.
Yeah, maybe he means just the square. Maybe.
Oh no, this is done like this on purpose.
Let's go back and ask him for a bit more details.
Yeah,
the market is in the
Show
west.
show him the map you drew of the metro.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him which one.
Okay, so you're just gonna walk up to this guy and show him the map and say, "Where?"
Which
And he goes,
one?
I'm sorry. You're not. You fine folks aren't from these parts, are you?
I
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay, so the market streets, ignore those. What you want is it's on the topaz line. I've spoken a lot of common in my life, but I'm not very good at reading it. It's this spot right here, and he points to. Hold on, I'm trying to make the thing actually.
Is it?
It's
It's
the
this one
square.
over here on
Alright.
the topaz line.
Yeah,
Oh,
there,
the
the
square.
square. Yeah,
Yep.
makes
Yep.
sense.
We saw a lot of gnomes heading over that way as getting off the one of the trains heading off onto the yellow line or something.
Absolutely. There's a lot of fine stops there on the topaz line. And you boys don't make any trouble here. Now you hear?
We won't.
No.
All right. So we just go on the same train, go the same direction. We change line at State
Slate
Fish,
fish.
and it's 2 down from there.
All right. So you guys head back to the station. The doors of the next train open up. That's heading the right direction, and you hop on, and you go to the next stop. And suspiciously, for this stop, nothing is said over the loudspeaker.
That is suspicious.
The doors open up.
Wait,
bunch
this
of
stop
gnomes leave.
doesn't even have a name either.
A bunch of gnomes rush back in.
No, the next one would be Rockaway.
And the door closes.
Boulevard.
The next stop comes up. The doors open up. You hear mumbling over the loudspeaker again, and you see outside of
I see.
outside.
Yeah, this stop has no name. Is that
see-
intentional?
It has a bunch of rooms.
Nobody on the loudspeaker said anything when you arrived at the stop.
I wonder
thought
if
that
it's a private place. I think
Might
someone
be.
would be rich enough to make that happen.
Such a
Maybe.
spot.
Well, a bunch of gnomes got off, and a bunch of gnomes got on.
Because it doesn't have a name, but it has a bunch of rune. Like, it has the most rune.
Yeah, the only
It's
Uh,
probably
you arrive at
semi-private
the-
or something, not public.
I think that rune says Rockaway Boulevard.
Can I
No, Rockaway Boulevard is this is due to my mislabeling, but the Rockaway Boulevard is for the station to the right of it.
That's the one where we're at now.
for the
Yeah.
white one.
And
Yeah.
sure enough, you look out of your station, your train window, and you see that on this station, there is a red line.
So
stop here.
while we're on the train, I know that
you are packed in this train like sardines. This train is too small for you.
while Vilmer had that understand knowledge, like the rune did not translate.
The runes did not translate.
I want to do an Arcana knowledge check on those.
All right,
They're
roll
probably
away.
just symbolic.
Let's not take a chance. Whoops, I forgot one. Well, doesn't matter. I crit failed. Look,
Yeah,
it's
no,
too packed.
You have no idea. These don't look like any sort of runes you've seen.
I can't think.
Too much people.
The
Yeah.
doors open up. A bunch of gnomes rush out. A bunch of gnomes rush in. The doors close. And train goes to the next stop.
And we get out with the gnomes.
Yeah, it's fish.
Yeah, so you look out the window and you see that there's a yellow line from here. So the doors open up. A bunch of gnomes leave, supposedly with you guys as well.
Mhm.
A bunch of gnomes rush in. Doors close. And you guys are at another station. There's a sign leading you down a hallway indicating there's a yellow line train that way.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Right.
let's go down that way.
All right.
Worst comes to worst, we go to the unmarked stop.
Yeah, I'm curious about that now, but we'll
Yeah.
follow our actual lead.
So you head over to you have to go through some hallways to go to the yellow line platform. So I'm going to need you guys to roll another survival check to see if you know what direction to go.
All right.
I've managed a 12.
Nope.
Hey,
Nah.
There we go.
I'm pretty
So-
sure it's upwards.
So Velmir and Don are like, we have no idea. And Relgo's like, I think it's this way. And Nava's like, no, it's this way. Trust me, it's this way.
I don't know
So
why
you're
you would
saying-
trust me on this due to my past history, but I swear.
So you guys get on this yellow line train that pulls up, go in the correct direction, as far as you can tell. You hop on with a whole bunch of gnomes and the doors close. You get to the next station, the doors open, a bunch of gnomes flood out, a bunch of gnomes flood in, and the doors close.
All right, let's get ready.
And you get to the next station and the doors open up.
And we get off.
You get off with this flood of gnomes.
Uh-huh.
All right, this station seems to be very busy.
I figured.
I mean,
This
if
place
Market
is
Square
kind of
makes sense.
packed. So
Oh.
there's there's just a bunch of people getting off at the station, and the train looks vastly more empty when it leaves this spot.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys head out of the station to the
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys head out, and sure enough, you find yourself in this very fancy-looking shopping district. There's very elegant, just buildings everywhere, showing this extravagance of wealth in all these shops.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose it's time to go wander and try and find Farron's.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that Richtown has guards.
Yeah, you do see some people that look like they might be policemen. They're dressed in the same uniforms as those guards back at Government Center,
Right.
and they've got that same sword in a sheath on their hip.
I suppose we could approach them and ask if they know where Farron's shop is. If
Yeah.
they speak common. Yep, that makes sense.
That's
So,
exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. So.
All right.
let's-
Sure thing. You walk up to one of the guards, and he looks you up and down and asks you a question in Gnomish.
do you speak common, sir?
Yes, I do speak common. I was curious as to what languages you spoke. We don't get many of your type in this area.
No, we have a reason to be down here. Do you know where Farron's shop is?
Farron's. You mean that shopkeeper that's been here for ages? I
Yes.
think he's down toward the center of the market. I think his shop is called the Magic something. I don't know.
Is it written in Gnomish or Common? The name.
Oh, I mean, most of the people that come through here are Gnomish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you write down the name for
Yeah.
us, please?
Sure. He scribbles down on your map the word for magic.
Mm-hmm.
He says that means magic. I don't remember what exactly a shop name is.
Well,
That's
it
art.
will help.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you very much.
Sure thing. Don't go causing any trouble now, you hear?
No, we won't.
That's the police motto, apparently.
So you start wandering around, and I want everybody to make me a perception check.
Right.
What perception?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna give Pineapple a shot.
So yeah, hold on.
Whoops.
So this is very easy to spot. So even with your terrible roll, Nava, you still actually notice it. However, Don does not. What you notice is far away on the other side of kind of this central market area, you see somebody else who's very tall, and they happen to be wearing a black cloak and a black hat. This hat is tri-cornered.
Oh no.
And they seem to be holding a map and looking confused.
I am standing still.
Oh, great.
If Don's like moving for anything, I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders so he doesn't
What?
go anywhere.
Is something wrong?
Quietly, I point towards Mr. Pirate.
With this new perception check, you immediately spot this. Like, this dude's like 6 feet tall too. So this guy is really tall,
Yeah, it's like,
sticking out over this crowd of gnomes. It's not hard to spot him.
and we're not going to be easy to miss either.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He's got his
say-
back turned to you at the moment.
I nudge everybody just like around the nearest corner or something.
Yeah, that. I'm with you.
Poke your way down an alleyway.
Uh huh.
Even the alleyways in this area are pretty nice.
Uh,
They're like pleasant alleyways with like little restaurants with tables outdoors sitting in them.
I mean, Golem's pretty big. I'm just gonna like crouch behind it.
You just put the golem down and crouch by. Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
I
I
mean-
have to stand behind a building, otherwise I can't hide.
You wanna know the hilarious part is if
Oh.
I had have taken an alternate bit, I think there's one I could have picked that I didn't think it would come into play, so I didn't pick it. I wish I had picked it when I gained level 4. It would let you guys all use my stealth modifier.
That sounds very good.
Why did you think
Yeah.
that wouldn't be useful?
Yeah, that actually sounds incredibly useful.
Because I didn't think we'd actually need to stealth.
Because you didn't think. That's incorrect.
Welcome to the team. Oh boy. All right. So what do we do?
Well, this is basically a head-on race, right? I don't want to cause a shitstorm right here in the middle of this town. Sorry, my French. Not French, my Elven.
He seems confused. We kind of know where to go.
Yeah. So
You think we could go a path around him, like through a couple of alleyways?
That's what I'm thinking.
mm-hmm.
All right, so you're going to be
Well,
trying to
survival.
navigate around these alleyways,
Yeah.
also looking for a shop with a sign in Gnomish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I want you guys to make me survival checks in general to hunt this down.
Oh boy.
Yay! I got 17.
Guys,
I
I
actually
have.
rolled something that isn't lower than 10.
I actually did well.
Yeah, no, combined, I'm going to say that you guys pretty easily find this shop. It's got the word magic in the name, but it's got another word too, but you can't recognize what it is.
How big is this place?
This place actually looks it looks like it's a small storefront, but this building is very big and stretches very far back.
Because the second part of my question is it then shaped in a way where we could see the shopkeep through a window or something?
So there are no windows in this building.
Okay.
There's only a door to enter and no windows of any sort.
All right.
Well, we might as well head in.
I've got a
Yeah.
plan. Let me go in first with the golem in front of me. He's gonna recognize it and know we're friends.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna attack us on sight, so I don't think you have to go with it in front of you.
Well, yeah, I'll go. I'll go.
You go first.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
We'll
okay,
go
fine.
together.
We'll fall behind then.
But yeah, like don't
Yeah.
follow behind, like far away.
So-
Like be very close to me, but just to
So are you holding this golem out in front of you?
yes.
Okay. All right. So you open this door and walk in, and you see a dimly lit shop, just full of presumably magic trinkets. I'm going to give you a little bit of an aesthetic look here to the right.
All right,
Um,
okay.
It's just
Whoa.
shelves just overflowing with all this random magical looking stuff. And you see, you actually see that there's nobody behind the counter at the moment, but the door actually had a little bell on it. When you opened it, it rang with a little ding-a-ling, and you hear a voice from the way back shout, "Hold on just a moment, I'll be there."
Okay. Take your time. Yeah, hold.
Are you? I thought everybody else was outside.
No, we came in.
Well, we followed behind.
Okay,
Yeah,
so everybody
right
else,
that way.
everybody's inside this shop then.
Should
Yeah.
we make sure that somehow Pirate doesn't?
Yeah, Relgo could do that. He's sneaky. And probably has a better perception check than me.
Like basically, the idea is to make sure it doesn't get here, like by distracting him.
I don't know. My perception is only 7.
-0.
Fair point.
But like you have the easiest time, like keeping out of sight is a thing.
Yeah, I'm too big for this place. I can't hide for shit.
Okay, fine. If everyone
Alright, so
wants me to...
Ralgil's gonna sit outside and keep watch.
Yep.
All right, so Ralgil, you stand outside. Everybody else walks in.
And there's my
Plus-
stealth check.
Plus, even if he does see Relgo, all kobolds look the same probably to him. You know.
Cool. So yeah, you climb up on like under the rafters on the roof of this building, or peeking out from that. Like you're ready to pounce on somebody if they come toward this door.
It's pretty rad, actually.
He's a ninja. I'm gonna let him be a little rad. So you guys walk in. The door closes behind you. You heard this guy shout from the back. And you do hear some rustling from the back, and then you see a robed gnome that looks probably middle-aged walk around the corner. He looks at you, he sees the golem, and he freezes in place.
Ferns, I
And he looks
presume?
at you, he looks at you dead in the eye for just a couple of seconds. And then he bolts toward the counter and presses, it sounds like he presses a button from the underside of the counter. And immediately, the wall behind you that you entered from, a big metal plate drops in front of the door. And the walls have big metal plates dropping from them as well, reinforcing them.
Excellent,
Right.
that means the guy can't get in.
And then he pulls out a wand and points it at you.
I tell him, we are here on behalf of Bakerton.
This gnome is starting to visibly freak out a bit. He's twitching. He's not taking this well. Says, "What proof do you have?"
The paper. We have a signed paper.
We have a note, yes.
Yeah.
One of you who doesn't hold the golem, bring the paper forward, put it on this table.
Yeah, I
Well, I have it.
I let Don step
Oh,
forward.
good. Probably the least
He's
intimidating as
keeping
well.
this wand pointed at you the whole time as you walk up. But you drop the letter off on the table, and he gestures for you to back up. Go on, back up.
Yep.
Actually, while this happens, I mentally ask Hank if he can temporarily change his form back, just visually, to how he used to look before he became a thing.
I'm sorry, boss. I don't think I can do that.
Okay.
Maybe you'll recognize
But
the energy.
there's a lot of magical energy going on here. It's making it very hard to focus. There's just so much, but I think that one of the artifacts is here.
That makes sense.
That's why we came here. Well, although I don't hear that conversation.
So the gnome swipes the note off the table and swiftly opens it up and reads through it, keeping his wand pointed at you the whole time and looking up occasionally between sentences. And he folds up the piece of paper, and he looks a little calmer now. Puts it on the counter and says, "Why are you here? You're here for the artifact?"
Among others, we're not the only one. Well, there's somebody after it, and don't freak out again, but he's literally outside somewhere in town.
Somebody else is coming after the artifact.
Yes.
And he's already killed one of your friends, the Samsaran.
So Nitri, and that's Doc, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he kind of died a couple of weeks ago.
I promised that I would bring Doc to you to see if you could bring him back to life.
A grimace spreads across his face, and you see a couple of teardrops drip from his left eye, and he puts his wand away. He says, "This is not how I wish to have today go. If there
And
is
of
somebody
course-
else,
And of course,
who's-
I'm wrong.
if there's somebody else who's dangerous coming after this, then you all need to come with me now."
But yeah, just lead away.
Don't forget me.
No, you're.
Let's forget him. Oh, but
You still have a job to
okay.
do.
I'm outside the door. Remember.
yeah, but
I know,
he probably can't hear us. Anyway, but I do actually point out that we have another friend on watch outside.
Didn't tend to say that it was like sitting on the rafters, ready to pounce on anybody coming in. So like, actually inside.
No, he's like where the rafters would be if they can. The roof kind of hangs out over the side of the building, and
Oh,
he's hanging
right.
on the underside of that. So rafters was the wrong word, but so he's hanging
So
on
on
the inside, like
Roof. Yeah.
yeah, the gable. I think it depends on the architecture. I'm not an architect. Anyways, if that hasn't been clear from all of the dungeons I've designed, so you guys follow him back, and this shop just keeps going back. There's tons of offices and stuff, but there's one very big door at the end of this hallway.
I did point out to him that we had another friend outside taking.
But that he is serving as lookout. I Gonna
Ah,
precise that detail.
Okay,
Right.
hold on. I'm gonna need to. All right, let's head back. So he leads you back to the main door, and he crawls under the counter and is tinkering with something. He says, "This will be a few minutes."
Right.
Okay.
And you guys are just stuck in this shop full of random magic crap. And sure enough, after a few minutes pass, you hear a click come from under the desk. The gnome pops up, and the barricades lift up from the walls and door.
All right. Since Raggle doesn't know what's happening, I'm gonna rush to the door. Gonna quickly open it and just tell Raggle to get in quick.
And I do so.
All right.
All right, you drop down and land in a 3-point superhero landing and hop inside.
Cartwheeling.
It's like, is there anybody else?
No.
All right. And he hits the button again, and the barricades come down again. Says, all right, follow me.
Well,
Oh.
technically, but never mind.
No, she does not
No.
exist.
Don't you play that game with me.
That crazy
This,
ranger.
this is not the time.
Oh, no,
There's a
let's
great-
go. Let's go. We are ready to go.
Let's go. Yep.
Our stalker is safely outside. We don't need to be afraid of her.
So you go all the way back down the hallway, and there's this big door at the end of the hallway, and it's got what looks like some sort of symbol on like some sort of rectangle on the door, which has a hand on it, and he puts his hand up to it, and you hear a beep, and this door lifts up, and this room behind it, it looks like it's a fairly big room with like a couple of big control panels just covered in buttons, and in the center is what looks like this like dome thing. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, but it's the size of like a large tent.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "All right, get in." And he pokes a button on the control panel, and this dome opens up, and there's some seats on the inside.
Oh.
Well,
All
Let's
right.
get in.
Let's get in the TARDIS.
And he says, "Wait here just a moment." And he leaves the door open, and then runs back toward the shop, and then comes back with what I would describe to people outside of this universe as an easy bake oven under his arm. And Hank says, "I think that's it. I can feel it very strongly now. I think that's the artifact.
Thanks, Hank. We knew he was going to get it for us.
I'm helping."
I stay silent.
And next up, this gnome tosses the easy bake oven looking thing into the pod, and it clatters on the floor. Doesn't take any damage. It's fancy and magic. And then he pokes a few buttons on one of these control consoles, closes the big door behind him, and then he hops in the capsule with you,
Mm-hmm.
and the door closes.
Actually, Velma, ask Hank if he noticed the amulet and the staff with the wizards when we saw him.
Ooh. That's a good point. Yeah, I think that, Hank, that before we came here, while we still at the marketplace, if you could sense two other artifacts.
I did sense them. I figured that you guys knew he had them.
Yeah, we
Good.
we did.
So he didn't hide them anywhere.
Yeah. That
Like
doesn't
we
mean he
did.
still have them on him, on his person.
Yeah, he's not like us and stash them somewhere safe instead. Silly
No,
captain.
Now Farron's looks at you all and says, "All right, hold on to your butts." And you hear, you see a bright red light flashing in this dome, and you hear what you can only describe as some sort of siren, and it feels like the floor drops out from under you, but the floor is clearly there. You're pretty sure this capsule that you're in just plummeted, and it's still falling. It falls for a little bit of time before it lands with a thud on something, and
Good
the way
thing I'm
that
immune to fear.
things are rocking, you're guessing that it's now on water.
Oh.
Yeah. Farron's pokes the wall, and another control panel pops out.
We're on a
Hey.
boat.
He pokes a few buttons, and the walls of this dome around you go clear, and you can see outside. And you see that you're in a big underground reservoir of some sort. And then he pokes another button, and this capsule starts dropping through the water. So this capsule is plummeting down the water so far, and it's going through this ravine and these underground streams and rivers, and just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And eventually,
Someone was prepared.
he pokes another button, and you see just through all the darkness in this very deep underwater ravine, you see this big bright beacon of light shining off way down, way deep. And this is probably after like 30 minutes of travel. He's just white knuckle tense. And this bright light is getting closer and closer, and it appears that you're getting closer toward that. That seems to be
Don't
probably
head towards the light.
And what you see is what looks like an even bigger dome. And this isn't just a big dome. This is a huge dome.
It's a Thunderdome.
This looks like a small underwater city. And you're approaching it very quickly. And we'll resolve what happens next time.
Man.
Cliffhanger.
Is this all you had planned?
I could go a little further, but I think that now's a good place to stop. Although you guys did skip, you guys went right to the heart of things with Farron's. I expected you to kind of investigate a little more.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's just I had some very funny things in his shop. You'll find out talking to him. I'm not like this isn't a spoiler that his shop was full of useless magical items that he basically used to make it harder to detect the artifact.
Oh, just to flood the area with magical energy.
Yeah. So I've got some very silly, shitty magic items that
Which
that I
is kind
have.
of a shame because like I purposefully wanted to bring the robot first so that we would get straight to the point.
I mean, hey, it worked. You succeeded. No, I also expected you guys to figure out where you were trying to go before you left on the subway, which would have meant that there would have been a longer period of time where you guys were separate. But well, you guys did end up working out well, anyways. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed today's session.
It was really good.
I had a lot of fun planning this. I've got some fun stuff planned for Farron's Underwater City.
Oh. I think you're also planning on us getting off with the unmarked stop.
Actually, so I can tell you now, each of those runes is just each of them represents either surface access, free parking, or handicap accessible.
Oh man.
I actually figured it was something like that, except for the parking. I didn't.
I
think-
put
So the
many
empty
layers
one
of red
is just
herrings.
that basically leads straight up, basically. The one that's nameless.
The one that's nameless, I just decided to put all the runes on there because it was funny that way.
Okay.
And I just put a lot of red herrings here intentionally. I hope that you guys had fun with
including
the
the
session
Market
that...
Streets, right?
There's 3 market streets intentionally.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that you'd ask somebody like, "Oh, hey, where would this guy be?" And they'd be like, "Oh, popular place. Check out Market Square." And then you guys wouldn't pay too much attention when you hopped on the train, or maybe you did, and then you might have been able to figure out where you were trying to go before even hopping on the train, and that meant that you would have had a longer distance that you were trying to travel separated.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the stops, you just miscounted.
Really?
You did, yeah.
I figured.
Because the first stop was State when everybody got off, and then you put your golem down. Everybody got back on, and then the next stop was where you guys
Oh,
fell
I
down.
Why did he get off?
I didn't
you guys
count
waited
that as
one
a
more.
stop, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did you
A
get off?
stupid gnome. Distracting
Yeah.
us from our
Okay, so what you
important
guys
mission.
missed is that I put the golem on the seat because the seat freed up. And then I had a bit of a tussle with an old gnome being a jerk. And
Yeah, he was very displeased with that.
And we both fell, and I guess we just missed a stop that way. Well, I'm happy it happened.
No, that was super fun.
Yep.
Yeah, so the name of this session, by the way, is the Gnomish Subway Fiasco. One of my friends ran ran one of my parties through something similar. I just added the more overload of information with full stop names and also actually splitting up the party a little bit.
This is pretty rad though, because we have the ability to split the party in a way that's not complicated.
Yeah, so I just had to prepare this ahead of time and make sure that the map was the same across both. That's why one of the stops wasn't named by mistake. It's just I forgot to copy one.
Fair enough.
So yeah, this was the guy from the very one of the first sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what I saw.
Yeah, the pirate necromancer's Rydan. So.
Hmm.
Oh,
But
I
Farron's
didn't know
is
he
very
had a
different.
right hand.
No, Zrydan is his name,
Oh,
which you guys got told at one point, I swear.
Yeah, I was
not-
wondering, but if in character we knew his name.
I think you do. I think it came up.
From whom?
It
Maybe
was
he
in his
declared it.
book, I
Well,
think.
you guys were chasing him, maybe?
Actually, maybe you didn't know his name. Anyway, his name's Rydan.
Yeah,
mhm.
it was in his
Surprise.
spell book, I think.
Yeah, right. His
That's
spellbook, of
right.
course.
It was it said property of Zrydan. That was it.
Naturally.
That's right. All right. Cool. So, any other questions before I call it?
How
Yes,
is
please.
Horikawa going to join back up with
Yeah,
us?
That is
ever?
a very difficult question that I need to answer.
She's gonna crash through the dome somehow.
She's just gonna
I'll
have
figure
her-
out something.
I don't know.
I
She's just
don't
gonna
wanna
have her
just-
home completely
think-
different adventure.
I think she's going to have a completely different adventure and then infiltrate into the dome somehow.
Well, like even if we only join up post dome, I think that's fine. Because her relationship to the group is already kind of nebulous and adversarial. Yeah. So to me, it makes sense that she'd kind of be doing her own thing, and at a later point we come by. But I'm aware that's like a lot of more work.
Mhm.
I'll think of something.
Find out more in the next episodes of The Misadventures of Colleen Drake Sheen.
Anyway, one thing I can say for sure is that you guys are all level 5 now.
Mhm.
All right.
Yelling at
Ooh.
gnomes got you another level.
It's too bad that the SRD might be to access.
I mean, I've been accessing it earlier today, and it looks like it's probably fine.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's probably not being one of us to target it once, just, make sure.
And hey,
I
I
think it
managed
was-
to actually come for a session.
I
Ironically,
suspect
it
that
wasn't one of my own.
I suspect that if the SRD is actually hacked, that it will probably be fixed by tomorrow. So feel free to just get me your character sheets. Your
All right.
updated
I'll
character sheets.
Try to remember because I'm used to doing that immediately after I remember. But I'll
Yeah, I think that the SRD is fine, but if you just want to play it safe, I don't blame you.
It just
Ow.
went. It's live for me.
Yeah,
It's
but
not a matter
yeah,
of it being live. It was hacked potentially and might have malware in it, so just be careful.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that, and I wasn't accessing Roll20 because of that.
It's
Yeah.
not roll 20.
Yeah, roll
but-
20 is fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh.
yeah, just get me your character sheets upgraded when you get the chance, and I'll chat with you guys next time.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Me too. Bye.
Mm.
Ah,